Hello there, and welcome back to General Kenobi's Bunker. Thank you so much for joining me tonight here on the high ground. And man, we got a show tonight. I almost want to stop talking already and bring in our guest because got so much to talk about. Um, but I won't. I have to do the housekeeping first. Uh, if this is your first time here on the channel, welcome. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you like talking Star Wars just like we do. If so, please consider checking out the main channel where we do a lot of toy hunting, toy reviews, trailer reactions, things like that. And of course, we go live here on the high ground every Wednesday around 8 p.m. Central. So again, if this is your first time, welcome. Thank you so much to the people that are already in the chat. And oh, you can smell it just like a shark can smell blood on water. We have an awesome guest tonight. Okay. So, in case if for whatever super weird reason you don't know who I'm talking about tonight, um, my guest is first of all an amazing Star Wars collector. And by that, I mean that this dude has everything in like one-to-one scale. Okay. So that already is like next level stuff. But if that wasn't enough, this dude is genuinely one of the best dudes I've met in this community. Okay. Hands down. This guy's amazing. He's funny. He smells good. He always looks on point on camera. I mean, this dude has it all. And he's always willing to help out a fellow collector out there. So when he's not super busy, running his smuggling empire, uh, he is just out there looking for the latest and greatest on the high end scale of the Star Wars collecting. So without any further ado, let's bring in our guest tonight. And some people call him the enabler. I call him a friend, but his name is Eben. Eben the Collector.
Ah,
Hello there.
nice. Hello there. That was a good intro, man. I was like, who's he talking about?
Is somebody else going to show up and tell me?
I was like, I smell good. I was like, oh man, good thing I wore deodorant that day.
Oh man, it was awesome. I still have dreams about it. Anyway, moving on. Uh, so let's kick off the chat here because it is bumping tonight. First of all, we got Flex. How's it going, guys? So we got the Spice Runners Lounge representing right here on the chat for one of their own. Um, there you go. Collecting be cool. Eben has an elite level collection. Jeff has that Probot, though. Sorry. Oh wow! Shots fired so early. All right. Hey Sean, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Guys, if you haven't checked out Collecting with Cool, he runs a really good Star Wars channel as well. He does a ton of reviews, like all the time. He goes live, covers a lot of the subjects, for Star Wars. He also has a pretty cool Facebook group that you should definitely check out. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's here. Can you believe that? I can. What is going on, Legacy of Nerd? Thank you so much for joining, man.
Yo.
Yes, everybody's saying hi. Hey, what's going on, Carlos? Thank you so much for being here, man. So yeah, first and foremost, thank you so much, man, for accepting an invitation here on the high ground. Been wanting to do this for quite a while, but I was like, you know what? I need to rack up some points. I need to get a little bit better at this before I bring someone of such high quality, content. I don't want to mess this up.
Stop it.
I swear I'm not nervous. I'm not rambling. What are you talking about? So, episode 23 of the high ground, you had to have the 23, the MVP. So, nice. Yes, thank you so much again for coming in. So we'll do the usual stuff when we have somebody new here on the high ground. We'll try to cover a little bit of your secret origin. It doesn't necessarily have to be into Star Wars, just, could be in collecting in general. And I know that some people, like myself, we started collecting something else at the beginning. And then we found Star Wars and that was it, right? So I don't know if Star Wars was your first love or just the more experienced one that made you stay. So what's tell us a little bit about, again, the dawn of Eben the Collector.
Yeah, thanks. So thanks for that intro again. So yeah, I've been collecting. Oh man, for a long time. Star Wars has always been in my life since I was a little kid. I was probably like 7 years old or 8 years old when the Return of the Jedi came out. So
Nice.
I remember getting those toys from the bargain bin at KB toy stores, and
Yes.
because we're kind of poor when I was growing up, so I got all the cheap ones. But my mom was able to get me Star Wars. Uh, Through the years, I collected Star Wars. There was a gap in time when they weren't making really that many toys. I collected GI Joes. I collected He Man. And
Nice.
then as I became a teenager and got out of the house, I went to the military when I was 18. I, I was always looking for like vintage stuff. I used to go to the pawn
That's
shops
awesome.
in San Antonio, Wichita Falls, wherever I was at in the States. And then overseas, I kept at it. I was like, oh, let me see if I can find, like a vintage European figure, something with different
Oh,
writing.
yeah.
And I was always on the hunt for something like that. So all that stuff eventually evolved into like bigger things. So I came back to the States, what, in 2000 from being overseas for a few years. I got married in 2003, no, 2004. And then I got assigned to Texas actually around 2008. So around that time, my collecting slowed down a little bit because, I
For
was dating
sure.
my wife and, I was going out with friends. But like 2008, I moved to Texas, and we had a little girl at the time already, and I started going to the GI Joe shows out of anything, just GI Joe shows.
Nice.
And then that's the first time I saw a sideshow was in 2008, like a sideshow 1/6 scale. And I was like, oh, I need those. And it was the first one I ever saw was the Boba Fett Scum and Villainy line from
Oh,
Sideshow.
yeah.
So I was like, I'm buying that, and then I started buying all the other ones, and then that habit turned into like an expensive one. And then a couple years later, I started getting into hot toys, probably like, I don't know, 2010, 11. And I started buying all the hot toys up, and not just Star Wars. I was buying like Marvel, Batman, like every IP that I can get my hand on because the action figures were cool.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And then around 2000, probably like 2011 or 12 is when I bought my first statue, bought a Captain America statue because I do like Marvel.
Yeah.
I like Marvel before it became like mainstream. I was reading the comics as a kid. The Secret Wars and Spider Man. That was my thing growing up. So I'm actually in the process of filming a house tour. So
Ooh.
I actually got a big Marvel collection in the living room that I hardly don't show.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm looking forward to that.
But yeah, I collect like all sorts of stuff. But I refocused back to Star Wars a few years ago because I was like, man, there's so much Marvel crap. I was actually burned out for Marvel with all the movies and all the stuff that they were, dropping. It was everywhere. It was just
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Stop buying Star Wars. I mean, Marvel stuff, and I'm just gonna buy Star Wars stuff. And I even like got rid of a lot of my Batman stuff. I still got some Batman stuff, but got rid of a lot of it because I was going a little too crazy with it. I was buying like every version of the Joker, every
Gotcha.
villain. I was buying third party figures, stuff that wasn't even licensed, and I was like,
Wow.
man, I was like, this is way too much. And then so around 2020, I sold a lot of my third party Batman figures, and that kind of paid for a bar that I have in there now.
Very nice. Very
And
nice.
then
There you go. Smart
so
investment right
we
there.
made it more classy.
Of
We
course.
we put the nice art prints up. Got a couple statues in there, and I'll show that when I do my house tour. And then the Star Wars thing, that became my main focus. And when we moved to this house, I told my wife I need to have a Star Wars room.
Absolutely.
Just a room dedicated to Star Wars, nothing else. And then I've been working on this room for 5 years, and it's always changing,
Yeah.
always changing. It changes like every 6 months, I think, because you buy something new, you have to rearrange.
I was gonna say, yeah, especially with the kind of pieces that you acquire, man. Like they are, first of all, they're amazing. But what I was gonna say is they're big, right? Usually, so I can see how you picking up a bust or you keep picking up a droid, definitely warrants sort of a rearrange uh, at the layout. But we got some more people coming in. What is going on, Dre? Thank you so much for joining us, man.
So,
Hello
oh,
there.
Jeff.
What's going on, Jeff? Hey, Archer. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Dude, you don't even know. Like, this dude,
Do
oh, man.
it.
Like, I'm this close.
Oh yes, it only takes one.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, hey, at least you have a basement. Out here in Texas, we don't get basements, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, thank you so much for stopping by, man. LeBron Fett, who was my guest last week, if you haven't checked out that episode, was pretty good. That was his very first time on camera, so go check that out if you haven't. Episode
Nice.
22 of The High Ground, and by no means you're right, dude. Like we just got started, and we got a lot going on tonight. Sean, yeah, absolutely, man. Right,
I
dude. Yeah, that is
don't want to make your head
absolutely
bigger.
yeah. There you go. Hello there. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Robin. Thank
Yo,
you for stopping
Robin.
by. How
What's
you
up,
doing?
Robin?
Jay Visla, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for stopping by, man. I always appreciate Jay coming in because this dude has to work at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Oh, damn.
So this is already, way past his bedtime as it is. So I
That's a fan right
appreciate it.
there.
Yeah, exactly. So I truly appreciate you, Jay.
What's up,
Batman, what
Batman?
is going on?
You.
Yeah. Oh man, you have to go check out. He's got a couple of videos dedicated to the life size Yoda that he got somewhat recently. Man, that thing is gorgeous. Now there were some hiccups with it, to say the least, but the look of it, oh man, it is something else.
Come on, it's a nice piece. It's just yeah, it's broken.
Yeah, yeah. How's that going? Did they ship out to
Oh
you?
man, I asked the guy like weekly, like for an update, and he's like, "Oh, I'm still working on it."
Yikes!
Like whatever, dude.
Yikes! Yikes! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoops. What
Let's
is going
see,
on, Benjamin? Thank you so much for stopping by,
Benjamin.
man. Start, yeah, guys. So, definitely loving the sweatshirt. I am as well representing. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, thanks, Jeff.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
So, guys, if you want to get some cool merch just like this one, go check out the Spice Runners Lounge store. They got some really cool stuff. I got myself a tumbler that I couldn't find for tonight for some reason. I think somebody, stole it, probably my kid. But they got all kinds of cool stuff. So go check them out. Get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a sweatshirt. It's about to be winter, guys. Stay warm out there.
That's funny. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all in the
absolutely.
Facebook group too. Teespring. We got the shirts there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be dropping a link to all of that stuff
And,
throughout the show. So be on the
and
lookout for
all
that.
and all that stuff pays for giveaways. So that
Yeah,
goes
absolutely, man.
back to
I
you
love that.
guys.
Yeah, I love that
Yep.
you guys sort of go full circle with that.
Yep.
Oh,
Nonprofit.
I appreciate that, Mrs. Fett. Thank you so much. And yeah, no worries, man. I know that she's a fan as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, dude. Right? I love
The
this
blue's
thing, man.
nice.
Yeah, this shirt is like literally like one of my favorites. The blend on it is nice. So yeah, I gotta get myself another one. Well, probably a couple ones actually, because I
I
keep wearing
saved the
this.
blue ones because I don't want them to wear out.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I am with this one, honestly. Because I had some similar with the ATAT, like the drawing, like the blueprints. And dude, I wore that thing down. Like I was like, yeah, no.
Nice. I
Uh,
like how you said
Appreciate that.
ATAT because that's how I say it.
I know. Yeah, but for some people here in the chat,
That must be
AT-AT,
the Latin way of saying it.
I think so, man. I don't know. I think so. I mean, well, you do come from a military background, but I got when they sort of show me capital letters, I'm like, okay, I kind of have to spell them out. That's just where my mind goes to. Um, so yeah, right. And maybe I should, man. Seriously, like that
After
will
every
solve a
day,
lot of my
yeah.
wardrobe problems for sure. Oh, there you go. I knew you were gonna chime
There it
in.
comes. Here comes
Yeah.
the attacks.
Seriously. Um, so so like you mentioned, you are first of all, you're a man after my own heart because pretty much all the properties you name are sort of the ones that I was into as well as a kid. Um, and I totally identify with what you mentioned about KB Toys because that's how I started with Marvel. So I was born a little bit too late for Star Wars. I didn't catch any of the original trilogy, and so one of my first loves was Marvel. Right, so I started, with Spider-Man, and still have some stuff back there. If you can see it, I allow myself one cabinet, one detail of random stuff, and
Nice.
that's about it, right? Because again, I'm trying and failing to keep my focus on Star Wars, right? That's absolutely my main line. Um, but I absolutely still like. I had a flashback when you mentioned it, going into KB Toys and just getting some of the Toy Biz, Marvel stuff. They were like 3 or 4 for like $8 or something like that. Like it was kind of
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
So that's how I started, with a lot of those toys. Um, and so yeah, definitely. So first of all, very much looking forward to that house tour, man. I know that you posted a little teaser already on one of your shorts. So the Spice Runners Lounge, guys, is Eben's. Well, not just Eben, but Eben is the initiator, let's say. And he put together a band of merry men and women sometimes that are all like amazing. First of all, Star Wars fans. I mean, they all love Star Wars in their various different incarnations and even different, facets of Star Wars, not just the films or the animation, the characters, the literature, the music, even. And so he put together this, they banded together sort of to be like the Avengers of Star Wars collecting, and they call themselves the Spice Runners Lounge. They go live every Friday around uh, what is it, 8 p.m. Central?
Yeah,
I might
yeah.
get
9
that.
p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, exactly. And so they always have an amazing show, guys. So definitely go check them out. If I did it correctly, their link should be pinned on this chat all the way to the top. So just go ahead and click that and give them a follow. Definitely, they're also zeroing in on 700 subs. So let's see if we can give them a little push tonight.
Nice.
And
Appreciate
so
it.
yeah, no, man, thank you. I mean, you've been a friend of the channel for a long time. Like I mentioned, I've been wanting to do this for quite a bit. So I was actually blessed, honored to be in the real life presence of Evan when I went to celebration this past May. We ran into each other at a panel for the toys that made us, and it was awesome. Like I said, guys, not just because he's here, but honestly, Eben is one of the coolest guys that I've met on this community. Um, he again, his collection, I think, pretty much speaks for itself. You can see it in the background, and that's only a portion, obviously. He's next level collecting, but this guy is super friendly, super amazing. We hung out for a couple hours, in celebration, and it was like being reunited with an old friend type of thing, right? It was just, we speak the same language, let's call it that. Um, and so, I really do appreciate that, and I really do appreciate everything you do for the Star Wars collecting community. Uh, and so, let's see, let's start, I guess, dissecting. You already told me more or less what was your first piece, right? The one that sent you kind of down the rabbit hole. Um, But for the people out there that don't, for some reason, don't know you, uh, what is still like? Okay, do you still collect the hot toys, for example? Do you still keep up with those?
I've slowed down because at one point I had over 200 of them, and
Yikes!
I've been selling them like crazy. I sold a lot of the Marvel ones. I still got a lot of Marvel ones. I think probably like 50 of them. The Star Wars ones, I probably got like less than 20, and I'm still selling them. A lot of my friends, even like one of my buddies that lives right behind my house, he got into hot toys when he saw mine, and half my collection is over there.
There you
So
go.
I so they're not too far away.
Yeah, exactly. You can still go visit.
Yeah, I can go see them on the weekends.
Yeah, right. You still
But
get
yeah,
visitation rights.
the hot toys for me, I think they got like so played out. The last 2 years, because hot toys used to come out with stuff like once in a while,
Yeah,
but now it's like every other week. It's like bam, bam, bam.
yeah.
It's like, come
Relentless,
on,
man.
man. It's losing the
Exactly.
exclusiveness of it.
Yes. So that was gonna be my comment. It's sort of, I don't know what to properly say, but sort of watering down, right? The what made them special at one point,
Right.
right? Don't get me wrong, they're awesome. They're great. They're beautiful.
Oh, they're amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're great, collector pieces. But when you have 7 or 8 Mandalorian, like Din Djarin,
Right.
can you really say that the piece is like that much special? again, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing on Hot Toys at all. I actually just made my second Hot Toys purchase during Cyber Monday.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. What'd you get?
yeah, I picked up the Dead Watch Mandalorian, the blue one,
Nice.
because it was on sale. It was like 180, so I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of want that. um, hey, what's going on, GeForce? Thank you so much for coming in,
G-Force.
man.
What's
Guys,
up?
if you haven't, go check out GeForce, amazing toy hunter, amazing member of this community, overall awesome guy. Please go check him out on YouTube. Absolutely, Jeff. I mean, Eben, some of the stuff, I'm like, dude, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you stay grounded. I don't know how you stay cool. And again, smelling so good. And yeah, dude, seriously. So,
Gillette.
but yeah, there you go. Uh, by the way, today's episode of the High Ground is brought to you by. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, yeah, so 200 toys, man. You better believe it. Like I said, I was not joking when I said that Eben is next level collector. Absolutely. Hey, what is going on, Left Coast? Thank you so much for coming in,
Left
man.
Coast.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Rick?
Here you go. Here you go. Duffman Dioramas. Thank you so much for
Duff
stopping by,
man.
brother. Thank you. By the way, awesome job with Dave's Dimension, guys. That giveaway or that well, yeah, the giveaway, but also the raffle, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. These guys basically hosted a. So Duffman created a pretty cool diorama. Dave's Dimension raffled it on his page, and all the proceeds went for Toys for Tots. So good on you guys. Thank you so much for doing that. Really, really appreciate it.
Nice.
Um, so, uh,
I think LeBron had a question for me. What was my favorite Star Wars character?
oh, there you go.
Vader, man. I love Darth Vader.
There you
Like
go.
I like the original trilogy Vader.
Yeah.
I even got him tattooed here somewhere. Right there.
Oh, very nice. Look at
I don't know
that.
if you can see it, but it's
Yeah, you can
there.
kind of see it right there. Yeah. Yeah.
And then my other character is the Emperor, somewhere over there.
There. Oh, I see it. Yeah. Right there.
I love
Very
those
nice.
two. The Emperor and Vader, my
Absolutely.
favorites.
Yeah. So there you go, LeBron. Oh wow! Congratulations, guys. That's awesome,
It's
guys. Thank you.
good.
Thank you so much for doing that. We really do appreciate you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, these guys were doing so good on that. Um, so uh, in that respect, let's right on what LeBron was asking. Do you have a favorite Vader piece in your collection?
Oh yeah. Let me switch my cameras. So let's see if I can find them. Right there.
Oh, come on.
Let's see. I'm gonna zoom in on it. I guess I should have prepped better.
That's all right.
There it
We're
is.
getting yeah. I love that thing, man.
Let me turn this other light off because it's reflecting that blue. There it
So
goes.
if I remember correctly, this is a 1-to-1 scale, right?
Yep, it's the 1/1 scale bust.
There you go, guys. So that's basically like having Vader in your room, which is insane. Uh, Such a nice piece.
Trying to make it like stand out. We can't make it stand out. I don't have my other lights on there. I gotta like rearrange them.
Yeah, no worries, man. I know you're also in the middle of
Yeah,
sort of turning things around
I
in
love I
there.
love these two right here. So Vader and Boba Fett.
Yes, that boba too, man. Ugh,
The Boba Fett is just badass, dude.
yeah, dude, I'm not jealous at all.
I
Um,
love
LeBron,
that
yes, that
section.
is awesome and epic. Those are probably the two words I'll be using the most tonight. To describe Eben's collection, which is just incredible.
Yeah, but those two are probably the favorite in my collection.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
the giant stuff, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so another thing that I like are Rhodians. So I'm
Yes.
making a full size one. Man, I can't even find my camera. There it is.
There you go. Oh, that's awesome. I remember a couple episodes ago on the Spice Runners rounds, you were wearing the Greedo outfit,
Yeah.
which I thought was
Whoops.
awesome.
I don't even know what I did with my camera. There it is.
That's all right. Yeah. So We see
fix
the
his sucker.
sabers, we see the busts, we see the skulls, we see the droids back there too. And
Oh, back
so
there.
Legacy,
Yeah, let me bring that up.
Legacy is asking if you like the Return of the Jedi Vader that doesn't match his age.
That's funny. Yeah,
Collectively cool. I agree, man. Anything Vader is great, but that piece is just like I said. It's next level. Um, yeah, pretty
so
much, man. His stuff is like museum quality, if not better.
so yeah, that's that Yoda from Philip Thomas Robinson.
Yes,
It's a 1/1 scale. It's a beautiful piece. Don't get me
it
wrong.
is. Yeah,
It's all, but the body's is broken. It's all taped
right.
up right now, and I just have
Yeah.
him held by his cane.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah,
And
guys.
then
In case you don't know, and again, Evan covered this on his YouTube channel a little bit, but so he been waiting for this piece, this 1-to-1 scale Yoda, for what was it, over a year, or just
yeah,
about?
it was over a year. Yeah,
Yeah, and then so it finally showed up. Finally shipped. He gets it, and it looks like it was heavily damaged during shipping. Um, so yeah, I can't even imagine the frustration of one waiting so long for a piece. Two, we don't gotta talk numbers, but it's not a cheap item by no means. So and then just there's not that many of them, and my understanding is that they are they're not really assembly line type of thing, like it's something very involved, very handmade, and so a lot of the paint is not exactly the same between them, things like that. Basically what I'm trying to say is there's not that many like spare parts per se, so that you can just exchange it for another one, right? uh, which is the case with some of these uh, collector items that are basically custom made, made to order even. And when something like this happens, you're kind of left scrambling to see how fast you can get a replacement, or at least how fast you can sort of repair it, which is again something that Eben's been dealing with. uh, his supplier has promised to get him some replacement parts, but it seems like that's still sort of not shown up yet.
yeah, and that's
um,
the downside of buying non-licensed parts, right? Or
yeah,
or or
exactly.
statues and stuff and props, because you never know. Like if it breaks, you're dependent on someone that is not held liable as a business.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, yeah,
So
you bring up a good point.
frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, pros and cons, right? Because they are offering an amazing product. Like I said on the zoom in, video that you did, it looks incredible, right? It looks like right out of the screen almost. But like you said, the overhead is not necessarily there, and so when something like this happens, they might not have an actual, uh, they might not have the resources in place to deal with it appropriately. So you're sort of left scrambling or just waiting for them to react.
Yeah, just hanging.
Legacy Nerd, yeah, thank you for reminding people to go ahead and smash that like button, guys, on this video. That helps out the YouTube algorithm, push it out for more people. Definitely go check out Spice Runners Lounge. But because my man has such an incredible collection, he cannot be contained to a single YouTube channel. So right now in the chat, I just dropped his hidden channel, the one
My
he doesn't
backup
want you
one.
to look at. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
The one where he's showing off some of the non Star Wars pieces. But man, you definitely gotta go check it out. I just dropped it in the chat, guys. Go ahead, give him a follow.
that's funny.
Um,
Because that one, I just opened it for like whatever, just to not use a Spice Runners Lounge channel when I'm in like some of these other live streams.
sure,
Because my Spice Runners Lounge used to be my main account,
I remember that. Yeah,
and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make this into the show account, and and then I was like, you know what, I need a personal one.
yeah. There you go. You need to get it
So
back.
I'm just gonna
Uh,
be dropping reels on that new account, and
there you go. Let's just get
just
you a
keep
few more
people
followers, man.
give people some stuff there to look at.
Very nice.
Yeah, so
So,
that probe
so
droid right there it's another
yeah,
custom piece, but the difference between MYC, Michael is like awesome with customer service. He communicates, and he'll make it right. And then the other guy, the Philip Thomas Robinson, I think I paid like $2,200 for that Yoda, and
There you go.
you would think for that much money you're paying that they're gonna respond to you right away and like help you out, but no, this guy sucks. You know, and
Yikes.
I've told this to him via email that he
Oh,
sucks. So
would.
it's already public knowledge.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely would probably not use as kind words. But yeah, that's
But that's the difference between the two. You know, like I've
yeah,
bought a couple things from Michael, and if something like breaks or gets scratched, he'll send me a replacement. You know, like right away. But
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, so I guess to bring up a good point, guys, just because again these are sort of third party products doesn't necessarily mean that you are gonna be left out in the cold if something happens. It's just kind of depends on who you get it from, right? So you always want to do your research. um, if I were you, I'd definitely go check out these guys, Spice Runners Lounge. All of them have dealt with a lot of these companies. So if you want to check out their Facebook group, they're more than willing to chime in if you have a question. Like I said, I can't tell you because I have not spent $2,200 on a Yoda, but some of these guys have, so they can point you for sure in the right direction. Yeah, so the Yoda is beautiful, man. Like I said, and no question about it. It's just unfortunately that happened. LeBron with the question. Let's see. Is there any Star Wars character that you don't own but wish you did? Oh, there you go.
that's a
No,
good
absolutely not.
question.
Evan has everything he wants. Just kidding.
Yeah. No, I still want more aliens. It's just that they're hard to get. You know, like I want a Bosk, but it's hard to get. The last time Sideshow made a bus was like 2008, and now it's
Well,
like $3,000 on the secondhand market.
yeah.
And I'm not paying that for like a $400 bus, knowing that what the actual price is.
Yeah, yeah. So that's something that I wanted to bring up, I guess, and we can. He said props ring.
Oh,
There you go. Yep.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have a drink
So
in front of me. I guess
yeah.
a hoist will count.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Um, so what Jeff is referring to, guys, when you're in the Spice Runners Lounge again on Friday around 8 p.m. Central, uh, every episode there's basically a drink word of the night, meaning whenever that word is said, you got to take a drink. So that's what he's alluding to here with the word prop. So yeah, there you go. That's what I meant, right? We should have led off with that.
There's some
Um,
episodes that we don't even remember like what we did the night before.
yeah,
So that's why I
yeah.
started doing those previously on Spice Runners and just picking out
Just to yeah.
like funny moments
Oh man,
because
I love
I'm
those. I
like I
live
don't
for
remember
those.
this part.
There you go, and that's how you know you had a good time. LeBron, thanks so much, man. Yeah, these guys are,
Thanks, LeBron.
they're one of my favorite Star Wars shows out there, like hands down. Again, these guys go live every Friday, 8 p.m. So please go check him out and go check out Eben and his secret channel that he did not want to share, but you know,
But yeah,
let's
but
go
once
give him
once
a
we hit
follow.
700, I'm gonna give away a
Ooh.
Luke Skywalker, the snow speeder pilot
Oh,
out
there you
away.
go.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll be looking forward to winning that, guy. So please go ahead and give him a follow
So
as soon as you can. Let's get him to 700. Oh man, if the drinking word tonight is Evan, I am like
Evan's gonna get
48 drinks
blitzed.
behind. Yeah. Hey,
Evan ain't
Carlos,
no
welcome,
good.
man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, yeah, exactly, right. We should have like a stop word, like please don't.
Don't have a safe word. It keeps going.
Yeah, right.
And the
Um,
fun part of it is that we have, the our friends that are in the chat, they say the word in there too, and we're on the
oh
lookout
yeah,
for it. So
exactly.
it all counts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's how you get, to
Is there any props you would want? Let's see. Think. Well, you know what? I don't have an Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett blaster.
oh, there you go.
That's
Shame
one
shame
I
on
would
you.
like. Yep.
I can't believe you don't. That's just, let's just end the call right here.
Yeah, let's
Uh
do it.
but yeah, guys, so again, Eben is obviously heavily into the into the bigger scale for these collector items. you just saw those busts 1-to-1, guys. Like, let that sink in, okay? So if you were in the hallway inside the 10 to 5 and Vader was about to attack you, that's what you would see back there. Like, that's basically what you would see come out of the darkness, and probably the last thing you would see. So that is the scale, 1-to-1 scale. It's amazing. uh yeah, exactly, man. I'm right there with you. Evan, there you go. I'll drink to that.
That's funny. I see my sister-in-law's in there. What's up, Chris?
There we go. Welcome,
She's
welcome. Thank you so
she's
much.
an instigator. Look at her.
And all right, thank you so much for joining. So T3 collects. Carlos asks, "Do you own the vinyl soundtracks to season 1 and 2 for The Mandalorian?" Ooh, that's pretty specific.
No, I don't have any of the vinyl soundtracks. Yeah, I don't think I have any soundtracks on vinyl. It's all like, if I do have vinyl, it's all 80s music.
Nice.
Because
That's
when I used to
that's
live in Europe, I was hunting for a lot of different things, and I found a lot of 80s music on vinyl,
that's awesome.
like the old stuff, like Depeche Mode and the
There you go.
Smiths, and
Wow.
some of the cool music from back then.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. That's pretty cool. That's one thing to have on vinyl for sure.
Yep.
Who wants something like that?
But I've never
Um,
bought the Star Wars music on vinyl. I do want like the original soundtrack, from the 70s, but
yeah,
it's hard to find. If you do, it's like they're all scratched up
that's what I was gonna say.
or crazy expensive.
It's just one of those things, right? That I mean, people back then, nobody could have known how big Star Wars was going to be, right?
Right.
So it was just one of those items that it was meant for use, and nobody thought about preserving them or being extra careful with any of them. Um, and so I think that's with a lot of the vintage stuff. That's where the difficult and therefore the price that they fetch come in, right? Because again, they were not thought of as collectibles. They were just whatever items. They were toys, right? They were meant to be played with and things like that. So the few people that kept them in pristine condition, now can ask for the big bucks just because there's not that many in that condition out there. So I have to
Absolutely.
assume that it's got to be the same, for vinyl soundtracks like that. So excuse me. Let's fast forward to a little bit more, I guess, recent Star Wars. So I know you were keeping up with Andor, and you were covering it in your show. And I just wanted to get like your overall, we don't have to go into each episode or anything like that. Just sort of like your overall review for it. You know, liked it, not. Were you happy that we got as many episodes as we did, and that we still are gonna get, a good chunk of episodes? Anything like that you can think of.
So Andor, I did enjoy it. I liked the series as a whole. I think the rating that I gave it on the show was like 8 out of 10. I think
That's fair.
as a panel, I was like 8.4 out of 10. So I think everybody was around the range where they liked it. Were all those episodes needed? I don't think so. Some of them were fluff. But the writing was great. I thought the writing was great. It had some suspense, some thriller. Sometimes it was slow. I didn't care for Serial. If
Yeah,
they just erased Serial from the show, it wouldn't make a difference.
agreed.
Let's see, what's her name? Dedra, the Imperial
Yeah, the
ISB
ISB,
officer.
right?
I think she's interesting. I want to see more of her in the next season. Because I think where we left off with her, I think she's broken now. So there's something that's going to happen with her. I want to see more of Bix because she's mentally broken because she got
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
probe.
Yeah.
And I love Luthen, man. His character is so
Oh,
it's like mysterious. Who is this guy, and
exactly.
like where does he get his money from? And where did he get that trooper or transport ship?
Right? Come on.
That thing is badass. It's like a
Yeah.
James Bond car. It's
Oh
just
man. Yeah.
shooting out little like birds of prey or whatever that was to to
Exactly.
the,
To
the
the
tractor beam.
arrestor class. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he
Did that?
like he's awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. I was happy to see Sal because I am a fan of the Clone Wars cartoons.
Yeah.
So seeing him on this and his acting and the words that he delivered were amazing. You know, Forrest Whitaker is a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
So like acting wise, I think the show killed it. It had a lot of good actors. You know, a lot of good writing. You know, I'm not a writer. I didn't go to film school or nothing, so I don't know. But to me,
Same.
is like
Same.
I think it flows. Other than some of the episodes that I think all of us are in agreement that they weren't really needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
Yeah,
cigarette and milk.
I think. Yeah. So LeBron brought up another question. Question for both of us. Would you What Star Wars character would be your dream show or video game? I want to
Dream
take this one
show,
first.
video
Dream show
game.
or video game? Have you played? Let's start off with that. Have you played the Star Wars games, Star Wars video games?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, a long time ago, like the Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, there you go.
So that will be my dream show, and I think I said
Yeah,
that on probably on Sifcast. I said that on Sean's and the PJ show.
yeah,
But like if they did like a Knights of the Old Republic, gave us some Revan, and some of the other
absolutely.
characters, Malik, and oh man, I'll be like, that'll be awesome just to see
Yeah,
that, because that's what's missing in the Star Wars universe right now. They
I
keep coming
agree.
up with all this new IP, and I'm like, why are they doing that? If we already got stuff out there, tell us those stories.
Exactly.
The fans will eat that up.
And when I first heard of Tales of the Jedi, the title, right? We just had the title back then. I was like, Tales of the Jedi, as in the comic books from a few thousand years before the movies. I was like, oh my lord, like, are you kidding me? Like, are you guys gonna cover like those stories? Like
Right.
Exer Kun and stuff like that. I was like, I am there for it. Like, I am sold. It ended up being something different, which don't get me wrong, I still love them.
It was enjoyable. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but yeah, like my first my knee just reaction was like, oh my lord, like we're getting all those stories like in animated form. I was like, I'm sold, like I'm there. So I would still want something like that. I would definitely enjoy, like you said, some of the stories. In terms of the video games, I felt that they sort of did okay. So Cal Kestis, right, from Jedi Fallen Order, and well, now the upcoming like sequel, right, for next year. um I always thought that his character was very much in line with Kanan Jarrus, right, with Caleb Doom. So I remember back then a lot of people were like, well, why can't the game just be Caleb Doom, right? Like, we're sort of going through the same paces, sort of, very similar situation. um if we already had a character that had that, he was a former Padawan, and his master was taken from him, and he was just left up to fend for on his own during Order 66 and the rise of the Empire and stuff. Like, you kind of already had somebody in place for that, so why not just use him? And to which I say, I'm like, dude, you had Kyle Katarn also, like from the older video games, from the
Right.
Jedi Knight series. I miss him. Okay, I would
Where is
love to
he?
see.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, I would love to see him. Even if it's just another video game, I'm okay with that. But to see him, live action, to see him in an animated form, like, I'll take whatever I can get for that guy. I used to, I grew up with those games, so he's always near and dear to my heart. Great question, LeBron. Appreciate it, man. Jaeger, welcome, man. How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for stopping by.
Nice.
Um, So, guys, I'm going to drop the link for the Spice Runners Facebook group right here on the chat. I just did. So go ahead, check that out. It is a wealth of information. All these guys are super cool. They're also very active. So there's always something going on in the Facebook group. They obviously talk about when they're gonna go live, the next projects, sort of the pickups that they've done individually, and they'll cover also some of the. So the way the Spice Runners Lounge for the most part works is they actually have a guest of the week, which I have been honored to be on that spot before. Go check it out. Tell them that's the best episode they've ever done. And so they basically try to share information on some of the companies, some of the creators, some of the artists out there. And I have to say that I've met artists that I was not aware of through them. So definitely go check them out. Like I said, they share information on their Facebook group as well, and then they'll host the whoever the guest is for that week on Friday nights. So go check them out. The link is in the chat. So I want to touch on real quick because we had some new merch drop today, and I know that you know, yeah, exactly, LeBron. I miss Mary Jade as well, quite a bit, and I know there were rumors
Another
and stuff,
mess.
but yeah, but oof, I don't know. Uh, so there's been quite a lot of talk, regarding Hasbro in the past few months. Where they're going with this, what are they doing with the property and things like that. Um, so I don't want to spend like a insane amount of time on it, but I did kind of want to bring this up. So these are some new drops that are available for pre-order now, regarding the vintage collection. Um, and let me just pull up the where is it? Where is it? Mm-mm-mm.
It's right there. I think there's a pre-order button on it.
Yeah.
You go
Um,
back.
I don't know if it's. I don't know what's. See,
Oh,
they're
is it?
they're ashamed, guys. They don't even want to show it.
It's not working anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. So we broke it. Anyway, so we can talk about it using these images. So we got two big ticket items, sort of. We got the ATST. Okay, first of all, this is regarding the 40th anniversary collection for Return of the Jedi, right? So that's where these are coming from. Again, the vintage collection. We got the ATST with Chewbacca and the Endor bunker with the Stormtrooper, or sorry, the Scout Trooper. Um, let's see if we can do this. Yep, there we go. Okay, so this is basically what you're getting here in the picture. You're getting sort of the setting back there and the figure. Now the price for this is a cool $60 right there. Not making that up. Uh,
It's
so what you
nuts.
get is basically this that you see here on screen. The figure does come carded, and I gotta be honest with you guys. This sort of broke my heart a little bit because we kept fantasizing maybe that this was actually Captain Rex, right? In the Battle of Endor. But here it just says, Endor Rebel Commander, and that's it. Uh, so it was, theorized for years that this was actually Captain Rex. So when I first saw the picture from afar for this figure, I was like, oh my lord, like did they actually call him, Captain Rex in disguise, or Rex or something? Then I zoomed in and I'm like, nope, sure enough, they just left it as, uh, no name soldier, right? So I don't know, like I couldn't have we gotten another figure that wasn't the one that looks like Rex. um, and so, okay, so my question to you, Eben, and I know you don't necessarily collect, the vintage collection, but your impression as as a connoisseur, obviously for a lot of this stuff, a lot of what it means to own a collectible and what it means to pay for a collectible. What do you think about this price point right here for Hasbro?
So it seems like they're going up. I think $60 is kind of steep. It's the principle behind the item you're buying. I think for plastic and a figure, the figures. What are the figures these days? Like $25,
So the vintage collection ones are just about, I would say, $17 for a regular release. But
17.
the exclusives lately, they've gone kind of crazy. So the Boba Fett for Target, the one for Morak, which is basically just a Boba Fett in a blaster. That's it. No removable helmet, no, no effects, no flame, like nothing like that. Just it looks literally just like this trooper. Just imagine Boba Fett and his blaster on the side, no removable
Right.
helmet. That one went up for $21, which is kind of crazy. Um, so I would say, let's call it on average like $18 for
$18.
one of
Man, yeah,
these.
it's deep. Yeah. So
Yeah,
so just like Sean says in the chat, this thing better be made out of resin or something to be charging that much money.
exactly. Yeah.
Because
Um,
it's just a prop piece, a diorama.
agreed.
Um, and those things are, yeah, like we were talking about in a pre-show, that those things were cheap back in the day. Even with the Power to the Force 1 2 line that came out, those
Absolutely.
those were like under $20.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those I think that was probably the last iteration that we got. Uh we got this particular, bunker door from. Let me see if I can pull it up. Who shared it?
Yeah,
Uh,
because my thing with these is, like I think Hasbro knows that the adult market is buying it. They know we got money, and the age group that collects this stuff, is working and can afford it. So they're raising, spiking the prices and all this stuff.
yeah,
Especially they like, I don't know if you watched the earnings call or listened to it. They lost a lot of money in the last quarter.
they did. Yeah,
So, they're absorbing the losses and all these products that they're releasing.
yeah.
It's just
I
it's just sad, man. Like, bring it down a little bit. Maybe a kid wants to buy it. The parents are not going to buy it.
That's the thing, right? I mean, I understand. Obviously, like you said, the market, they have to know that it's mostly for collectors, right? But that doesn't mean it's exclusively for collectors.
Right.
I mean, check out this guy. This guy is,
I think it's dope,
the
dude.
vehicle. Yeah, I like it,
Yeah.
but um, I like the packaging. Very reminiscent of like the Kenner
Prices
style,
are nuts though,
right?
man. 90
But yeah,
bucks.
very cool. $90 for it. Um, and I haven't taken a deeper dive. I will later on, but I don't know that this is actually a new mold or a new, you know, basically a new ATST. I would not be surprised if it's just reused from the last one we got. So I again, is it justifiable to charge $90 for what very well could be a reuse mold, and then a figure like Chewbacca, which again, it's not like we haven't gotten a Chewbacca on the vintage collection.
Yeah, it's
And
probably
keep
another reused figure.
yeah, if anything, maybe some slight tweaks here and there, and it's a good figure. Don't get me wrong; it doesn't look bad. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't justify for that price.
90 bucks is a
Um,
lot, dude.
yeah,
A couple years ago, that probably would have cost like $60, or
yep,
$50.
yeah, absolutely. I think the last one that I picked up for ATST was the Black Series one, the 3.5, and I want to say retail was like $40, 45 maybe, and I picked it up because I found it for $10 back then. So but yeah, $90 again. It is kind of steep, definitely. But let us catch up right here with the chat. Ricardo, thank you so much, man. Don't worry about it. I know how it is, man. Everybody's putting some awesome content out there, so there's only so many hours in the day, man. I got you. Collecting with cool. Yeah, absolutely, man. That N1 Starfighter, we know it's coming. I think it's just a matter of time.
That'll be
But
cool.
yeah, I wouldn't mind one of those, but man, I'm kind of dreading the price point now. Like, I don't know if I want to pay $200 for a N1 Starfighter, right?
Well, yeah, because what was the Razor Crest? Like 300, four
Yeah.
hundred? It was,
So
it
the
was up
Razor
there.
Crest was 375,
375, yeah.
which I mean now it's not actually that bad for a HasLab, as
Yeah.
prices have popped up, after that. Um, so I'm glad I picked that up. Although I think I was talking to Collecting with Cool. It seems that the secondary market is actually dropping quite a bit on those. They're getting close to the release price. They went up to like $1,200, like when they first came out. Yeah. So, and that's the thing, right? The bunker looks good. That's okay. Let me start off by saying that I have no problem with the product itself. I like
Oh,
it.
they look nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. The figure looks just fine. Like the card. Like I like everything about it, but not for that price. That's just the thing.
It's the principle, right? It's
Exactly. Yeah. No, no, no. This ATST. Don't. Yeah. We're not gonna call it an ATST. All right.
I get it
Uh,
all the time.
yeah. Yeah, man. Absolutely. They have a problem with the Ewoks for sure, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you pick that one specific figure and not give the fans, just label it Rex, exact same figure, exact same card, just in the writing, just put Rex in parentheses. We're done. Best figure ever. What's going on, Phil? Nah, man, don't worry about it, man. I know you were just on a live show yourself. Guys, if you haven't
Yes.
checked out You Can Phil, awesome toy hunter. He is killing it with the 1 minute reviews. He's putting content out there like nobody's business. So go check him out. Sean, yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, in my mind it is, man. Like I just, I was a little bit again heartbroken that they didn't just call him that.
Hashtag Rex.
Yes, exactly. There you go. There you go. I like
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah, that's just how good he is, right?
Had to be a
Yeah.
Benjamin.
So
Benjamin.
yeah. So at the end of Rebels, they just verbally mentioned that both Hera and Rex fought at the Battle of Endor. But again, it was an allusion to that.
It was another old guy.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Yeah.
probably.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
man,
Absolutely, man. I would be. Oof.
be rioting.
There you go, Phil. So Phil was actually collecting the power of the Force also back in the day, so he's fairly knowledgeable on that. Even with the aftermarket prices, you're right. Like you can still get the version, for $20 cheaper. Uh, yep, I'm telling you, man. I remember that Black Series one was just peg warming bad. I mean, dude, I got it on clearance. Like that's the only reason I picked it up because it was like $10, $15 maybe. Um, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a re-release. Weakness of the vehicle just to repaint. Yep. Yeah. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if there is not a single piece of remolded or new mold plastic on this thing. Yeah, absolutely. Um, okay, so yeah, again, guys, they're all very cool. They're out for grabs if you want to pre-order them. My personal advice would be maybe hold on for a little bit. A lot of these sets, like the Navarro Cantina, like the Jabba's Palace, things like that, have gone down historically in price, right? If you absolutely have to get it, by all means. Again, it looks nice. It seems like it's a good product. Just again, just I can't get around the price of it. Um, so, uh, Eben, so you've told us you got an awesome, which I can already tell is going to be amazing, house tour coming up. Any other thing that you guys are working on that you want to share with the people here on the chat?
Spice Runners. So yeah, so Spice Runners. Like you mentioned, we're on every Friday. I think we got a couple of shows left before the end of the year. I know our was it December 16th show? That's gonna be like our end of year recap.
Nice.
Where we're gonna talk about like the best things that came out of the year, and we're gonna have more giveaways, of course. This Friday we're gonna have this guy named Sean Kelly. He's a toy photographer, does awesome pictures of clone
Yes.
troopers. That's his thing. He goes by, was it Outpost for the Republic or
Yeah. Operators of the Republic.
Operators of the Republic? There you
Yeah.
go. Sorry, I'm on like Theraflu and all this other stuff right now.
That's all right, man. Like I said, we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, so yeah, he's an awesome photographer.
Yeah.
He has a keen eye for pictures, especially since he's a military guy too. So he can like make those pictures happen. And we have a giveaway that day too. Joe has a quarter scale Tuscan Raider that he's going to give
Oh,
away
really?
live.
Oof.
Yeah, and
Gotta be there
it's
then.
on behalf of the veterans with PTSD. We're
Oh,
gonna
amazing. Okay.
recognize that since it is an issue out there, and it needs more awareness. Our guys need help, and we need to
Absolutely.
make sure they get the help they need. So thanks to Joel and Austin from the UK, they collaborated, and we're gonna do a giveaway for everybody.
That's awesome, guys.
And then next year we're gonna roll in, and we're gonna start fresh again. Kick off the new year with the Spice Runners, and then we're gonna have Luke on the show in January, that Star Wars bloke.
Yeah.
He's awesome, and then we're gonna have James Cully. He's the Rebel Base builds. So he does a lot
Dude,
of
that's awesome.
3D printing for you guys, like the Black Series community.
Yeah. Yeah. He does. I've
So
seen some of his stuff, man. Some of his portraits are pretty dope.
yeah, yeah, he's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And then I'm still lining up more guests as we go, but yeah, the January's filling up quick, and then we're just gonna go from there.
Yeah, guys. So do yourself a favor. Again, if you are not following the Spice Runners Lounge, the link should be pinned to the top of the chat. So go ahead, give them a follow, subscribe, let them know that the good general sent you. Because these guys, like I said, first of all, their show is amazing. These guys are super laid back. It's super fun just to chat with them, just to hang out with them. But also, as you just heard, they're lining up quite the roster of people that are heavily involved in the Star Wars community in terms of the collecting, in terms of the art, the music. Some of the people that have actually set up their own companies. Like the one you just had last week. For it basically facilitates you to get uh,
Autographs. Yeah.
exactly autographs from the people that actually built a lot of the models, that actually worked on a lot of the props. Sort of like the behind the scenes people that sometimes they don't get enough light. Sometimes they don't get enough attention, and they were absolutely instrumental in getting those movies to be where they are today. So, like I said, guys, do yourself a favor. The Facebook group, I'll share it once again. So you should definitely join. Like I said, there's a wealth of information. There's just so much going on. Definitely go give them a follow. And yeah, man. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely, man. These guys
Hell
are,
yeah.
they're kicking it into hyperspace gear for sure. Hey, Archer, I appreciate that, man. I need all the ones I can get, man. So thank you. Yeah, guys, absolutely. Before you exit today, please do not forget to hit that like button on this video. Thank you so much for coming in. And yeah, man, he does some awesome work. So I just want to share real quick, um, here on screen, the Operators of the Republic Instagram, guys. So he's
Yeah.
going to be the next guest, and I follow him already. Um, and his stuff is incredible. Like you said, he's got like a really good eye. It makes sense that he is former military. Like, check that out, guys. I mean, come
It's
on.
amazing what he does. Yeah.
And look at that. Look at those effects. I mean, first of all, phase one clone troopers are my weakness. Okay, I love the way they look, and so like some of these shots he lines up are just crazy. Check those out. I mean, come on. As you can see, he doesn't do just Star Wars, but that is his main thing. I love it when he puts together the actual, like the actual squad or the actual companies, like these guys from the 212. Ooh, I haven't seen this one. Wow, that looks good. Very good. So yeah, guys, go give him a follow. Definitely, Operators of the Republic on Instagram. He's got a lot of awesome stuff. So this is the guy I ordered. So I'm looking forward to
Nice.
crack him open.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. So this dude does amazing work. Again, uh, clone troopers obviously are his main thing, but he's got plenty more. So go check him out. Awesome stuff. And again, go join the Spice Runners Lounge Facebook group. Um, I just dropped the link on the chat. Appreciate that, Sean. We're not as good as you guys out there in the lounge, but we try.
And
Yeah, dude. He like seriously, dude. He does like awesome work. Like I found him one day on Instagram, and I've been following like since like the first two shots that I saw on his page. Yeah, dude. Seriously, it's really cool. Yeah, so do I, man. So do
some
I.
spicy Friday nights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we're
Uh,
gonna have game nights too. Yeah, thanks for the reminder,
oh,
Jeff.
there you go. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think my man Eben finally got his hands on some next gen,
yeah, I got my Xbox
hardware.
Series X right there, waiting to be installed.
There you go.
So we're gonna have game nights, randomly. So we'll do like big teams, so we can connect and talk, and destroy some other players out there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, I am. Let me know. I'm looking forward to dominating all of you guys. Just kidding.
Game on. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks, Brett.
appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for that, Phil. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Uh, appreciate that, Jeff. That means a lot coming for you, man. I really do. So, guys, once again, Spice Runners Lounge every Friday around 8 p.m. Central. Go check them out. Again, link is on the chat. Facebook group, again, Spice Runners Lounge. If you didn't see the link, just go ahead and on Facebook do a little quick search for Spice Runners Lounge. It should be just about the only one out there. So Eben, the collector, you can search for him specifically out on YouTube. He only has a few things on his, I guess, second personal channel.
That was my backup account.
Yeah, there you go. So make sure you follow him on that. He's gonna be a lot more active because I'm kind of pushing him to now. Uh,
I'm more active on Instagram, so you guys can follow me
yeah.
there.
Oh, that's actually a good point. I had it queued up
Eben dot
and
the
I
collector.
forgot.
Yeah.
So right here, guys, right there on the chat is Eben's Instagram, where obviously he will post a lot of the stuff going on with the Spice Runners launch, but a lot of the stuff going on with his personal collection as well. So go check him out. Definitely give him a follow. Tell him the good general sent you. Well, hey JD, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, brother.
Sweet.
Um,
Thanks.
Little bit of let me pull this up. A little bit of housekeeping for myself. Uh, Toy review this week. We are actually doing 3 Black Series at once because I have so many that I kind of have to get them out. So we're doing Bo-Katan, we're doing the Dead Watch Mandalorian, and Casca Reeves all together because I just increased, on my Mando shelf. Like they needed some reinforcements, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna crack open this guy. So video dropping hopefully tomorrow. Toy Hunt should be up this Saturday if I can get it done tonight. We found a couple of good things out there, but also if for whatever reason you're not following me on Instagram, I would appreciate it if you do. General.kenobis.bunker and TikTok, where we're trying to grow our following. General_Kenobis_bunker. Also, I just forgot. Man, it's like Evan makes me so nervous, so I can't
I
focus.
like all those dance moves you do on TikTok.
Oh, hey man,
Do
if
do
I
do
had
do do do
exactly,
do.
yeah, exactly. I'm all for it. I'm a trendsetter, man. What can I say? Uh, dude, if I would look half as good as some of those girls, I would be sitting pretty
Oh man,
on
I would have an
monetizing
OnlyFans
TikTok.
and
Oh, dude, yeah,
thirty
I would.
dollars a month.
That's what I was gonna say. I would be probably set and quit my day job. Um,
Yep.
so, guys, the thing I should have brought up at the beginning of the stream, I finally made a Facebook page for
Nice.
the for the channel for General Kenobi's Bunker. I just dropped the link right there on the chat. I would really appreciate it if you guys check us out there. We're gonna try to be sharing, some more stuff going on with the channel, as well as highlighting, some cool Facebook groups, just like the Spice Runners launch. So I would appreciate it if you give me a follow right there. Okay, think that is gonna do it for us here in the high ground. Once again, I really, really appreciate everyone coming in. Thank you so much for all your messages, all your encouragement. Once again, I have to thank our guests tonight, Eben. I really, truly appreciate you coming in. I know you were feeling a little bit under the weather, but you invoked the powers of the dark side and got us through. So thank you so much. You are more than welcome anytime. I swear I will do better next time.
Oh,
Uh,
you did
and
great, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Nah, man, like I said, it's something that I've been, wanting to do for such a long time. And I was like, you know what? The year is winding down. If I don't do it now, uh, I mean, I would probably just do it in January, but that's not the point. The point is that I wanted to get it out there, right? So thank you so much for coming in. Guys in the chat, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, if you haven't, please check out the channel, General Kenobi's Bunker. We are actually, we're getting kind of close to 600 subscribers. So I would appreciate it if you are not subscribed. I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. And if you are, I would greatly appreciate it if you can share the content with people you think would enjoy it. So that is going to do it for us here on the high ground tonight. Thank you so much for joining. May the force be with you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there.